Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're having an amazing day. You are a star. Don't let anybody dim your light. Today, we're going to talk about what to do when everything feels like it's falling apart. It feels like the world is fucking crumbling, right? You feel like nothing's just working out for you, right? I've been there. I've been through it. I'm going to share a story with you and how to get through it, really. So, back in 2017, I was going through a deep awakening and I was running a business. I had the love of my life, I had a business partner, I had a beautiful car, and I was working on my dreams and goals. And at one point, it just felt like everything was falling apart, like my worst absolute nightmare, right? And I wasn't sure how to get through it. I wasn't sure what I could do. And it just felt like things just got worse and worse. I was smoking cigarettes, I was drinking so much coffee, I was caffeinating all the time, and I was just avoiding the process. So when it comes to things like this, right, when it feels like everything is just falling apart, right, when it feels like, you know what, nothing is happening for me, why does it feel like my world's tearing apart? Well, what we've got to do is we've got to learn how to master the art of surrender, to let go, to let things be, and realize that everything is actually working out for us. You got to trust the process and just let go. Just let go. You will get your answers when you let go. You will create space for more beautiful things when you let go, right? The magic of just surrender. This is one thing that can be very difficult for people who are always trying to micromanage, always trying to control, always trying to get things perfectly, right? If you've got OCD, or if obsessive compulsive disorders, right? If you've got certain needs, you want things to be perfect, right? It can be very difficult to let go. It can be very challenging to really see the good side of this whole situation. What we can look at is that everything is happening in divine order, right? Sort of like a flow, a magical flow of everything that happens for us. Now, when we go against that flow, it feels like resistance, right? It feels like we're banging our head against the wall, like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? You know, when we realize it's happening for us, instead of going against it, we've got to realize, you know what? Fuck it all. I'm gonna put my hands up, I'm gonna just let go and see what fucking happens and go with the flow. Right now, of course, we've got to take responsibility for our own actions. We've got to be held accountable. Maybe we've got to be held accountable for what we do, right? And realize that, you know what? There's a greater thing that's gonna be there for me. But I've just got to learn to trust. You've got to trust. You've got to realize that there is a divine creation, right? I always thought that, you know, it's just us on here, just us, the animals, planet Earth, but no. There is a divine intelligence that's trying to work things in your favor. There's a reason why all these bad and terrible things happen to us, right? Because it teaches us something, but we've got to get out of our emotions to actually see the bigger picture. This happened to me on one of my wild mushroom trips, right? I took a big dose of, a big hero's dose, right? And I bawled my fucking eyes out. I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. I suffered. I felt all the pain that I pushed down, right, underneath me for so long, because I didn't have the tools and the capability to actually understand that and why and process and all these things. And it came up, and then the intelligent fungi helped me understand that I needed to go through these things in order to understand love, in order to understand and appreciate love. That's what I came here to do. I came here to love, to give, to share, to inspire, right? So realize that anytime you go through a difficult challenge, every time you go through a challenging phase, right? Whether it be fighting against some sort of plateau, right? You hit this plateau, you're like, fuck, I'm not getting more results, I'm not leveling up, blah, blah, blah. There's gonna come to a point where you have to really get so creative in your way of thinking, in your way of problem solving, in your way of leveling up, right? And it's gonna be difficult first, right? It's gonna be a bit of a fucking struggle. But on the other side is always something better. It's always something more magical when you trust and let fucking go, right? You've got to learn to let go, right? Let go of the old stories, let go of what happened, okay? Let go of what could be, what should be, all these things. It's easier to dwell in these moments, right? It's easier to dwell in the things that look like it's not happening for us, right? It's so much easier to do that instead of taking action towards something that can serve us, right? Instead of consuming the things that don't serve us, like mainstream media, like the news, right? Like junk food, right? Like the victim mindset, like the thinking that constantly don't feed us, right? The thinking that doesn't feed us, right? So we've got to learn to embrace the new chapters. We've got to learn to embrace the new journey. We've got to learn to embrace the space. Embrace the space, because when we embrace the space, we allow to magnetize new, beautiful energies, especially when we let go of these things that are holding us back, right? Surrender, learn to surrender. When you are faced with something very uncomfortable, you know you should do, allow yourself to adjust to the seas, to the tides, and use your fucking sails to adapt to the changes, right? It's not a matter of survival of the fittest, it's a matter of survival of the most adaptable, right? And this is what's part of our evolution. It's to grow, it's to expand, it's to see beyond what we know, to go and broaden our horizons through this life experience, this simulation, this game, this projection that we all see. And it's all, whether you realize it or not, it's all part of your own process. It's part of your own journey. It's part of your healing. It's part of your story. It's part of your amazing gift. And that's to overcome these circumstances, right? Of course, to some extent, suffering is a choice, right? Suffering is a choice. You can decide whether to feel victimized or you can choose to be victorious in this battle, right? So again, let me remind you that all of this is happening in divine order, right? The moment we let go of these things, right? Think of it like this. You hold a glass of water, how much does it weigh? It weighs about a glass of water, right? 500 mils. But the longer you hold it, the heavier it feels. And when we do that, we create a lot more tension in our body, right? We want to be able to release this tension in our body, right? By saying, thank you so much. Thank you, universe, for the lessons that you show me. Thank you for the blessings that I'm about to receive. Thank you so much for expanding my awareness through all of these challenges, right? And then you'll realize that, you know what? Actually was supposed to serve me. What if I had to go through that? Because if I went through a different path, it could have been 100 times worse. We don't know. You got to realize that. Be thankful that, you know, your little pain, your little suffering, your little trauma, your little stories could have been a lot worse, right? You're breathing, okay? You're here, you exist. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for you. And know that things are gonna get better. Things are gonna get so much better when we start to let fucking go, right? You gotta just trust the process, right? The universe is always giving to you. You just gotta open your eyes to see that and realize that, you know what? It all is, no matter what. And I can either fight against this resistance, this flow, or I can go with it, adjust to the winds, okay, and sail to my own fucking paradise, okay? If you need any help, DM me on Instagram, okay, and Snapchat, Daniel John Allen. If you haven't joined the TikTok family, join the TikTok family at Daniel J. Allen. And for more advice, relationship, okay, sex health, okay, check out official Daniel Allen, okay, at onlyfans.com. I appreciate you, okay? It's all working out. You gotta realize this, it's all working out. Every single terrible thing, okay, is happening in our favor. Try not to label things as good or bad, right? Because we start to avoid all the bad stuff and only look for the good stuff and realize, and when we start to look at the neutral position, we realize, you know what? Things are just happening. They just happen. And you know what? I'm thankful for the good and the bad, and I'm just here to experience all of it, right? This complicated, multi-dimensional existence, right? It's so beautiful. I freaking love it. I'm so grateful every day. I wake up so thankful, you know, to be part of this journey, and I'm so glad you're here as well. Let go. Once you let go, you move back into flow. All right. I appreciate you. Stay woke, blessed, and alkalized. Peace out. Much love. Thanks everyone that's been supporting the YouTube channel, and we keep rising. We keep rising. Out for a dip into the ocean. Release all of it. Happy full moon, by the way. Happy full moon eclipse, right? Happy full moon eclipse. And we keep fucking going. We keep rising above all the challenges, right? No matter how difficult they may seem. Okay, realize that diamond is merely coal created under immense pressure. And that's what you are. And you're about to fucking shine. Peace out.